Maths Masterclass with Leo. Let me teach you a bit of math.
Let me teach you a bit of math, okay?
In this channel, we'll be dealing with learners who are in grade 10, grade 11 and grade 12. We'll be dealing with learners who are below average, average and above average. Actually, when you talk about learners who are below average, you're talking about from level 1 to level 3 learners. Average, you're talking about level 3 to level 4. And then above average, you're talking about level 5 to level 7. We'll also be dealing with learners who want to rewrite maths. They've been struggling with maths. And then we'll be dealing with ways to answer questions, how to attempt questions, how to actually pass maths. And then we'll be dealing with question papers, paper 1 and paper 2. You know those simple chapters in paper 1 when you talk about the average learners or below average learners. You know those questions. And then when we talk about paper 2, you know those questions, you know those chapters, statistics, and so forth and so on. Hello grade 11s, it's Maths Masterclass with Leo. I am Leo and welcome to the channel. If you are new, please subscribe to my channel, as today we will be doing exponents and surds, right? Exponents and surds, we'll be going with them from grade 11 to grade 12. They are very easy and very difficult. I don't know if you understand me. If you don't practice them, they'll be very difficult for you. But if you practice them regularly, they'll be easy for you. Please make sure you practice at least 2 or 3 questions a day so that you understand them. Okay, let's get to it. I'll give you very simple examples or very simple questions that I'll start with, so that you are comfortable with them, and then as we continue, we'll be doing more and more complex stuffs. I'll give you this one, which is very simple. It's the first question. You are given 2 root 3 plus 2 root 3 again minus 16 root 3. They say, okay, they say simplify this, the expression, right? If they tell you to simplify this thing is very easy. How can you simplify it? If you can check, I have root 3, I have root 3, I have root 3. Root 3 is common on all the expressions. I can just take 1 root 3 and add this. 2 plus 2 is 4, minus 16, it's minus 12. So I'm gonna have minus 12 root 3. Sorry about that. Okay, now let's do the second question. The second question says you have 2 root 3 plus 9 root 2 plus 16 root 3 plus 6 root 2. If you can check here, they also say simplify, but if you can check, you have this one and this one are like terms. Why do I say they are like terms? If you check the surd or the root, in them they have this thing root 2, right? I'm just gonna say root 2 and root 2 are common. Then I'll have even here root 3 and root 3 are common. 2 plus 16 is gonna be 18 root 3 plus 9 plus 6, I believe, is going to give you 15 root 2. There. These are the simplest that you can have, right? Then let's take another one that is it's simple but difficult. If you don't practice it, you have negative 4 root 3, right? Multiply by into negative 5 root 2. They say simplify this. Okay, before we continue, guys, good people, these two things are different, right? These two things are different. You cannot further simplify this. You cannot further simplify this. This is as simple as you can write it. This is as simple as it's already simplified, right? You cannot further simplify this. It's like you trying to simplify this, and this is simplified. But because of the multiplication sign, this one you can simplify it, right? We're gonna have negative 4 multiplied by negative 5 I believe is going to give you positive 20. Then root 3 multiply root 2, right there. Then I'm going to have 20 root 3 multiplied by 2, right? Then this is just will just give you 20 root 6 there, right? Then you have the next question that says you must simplify. You have this question says you have where is it? Okay, you have 4 root 5 into negative 2 root 2 plus 3. Remember, Bodmas says deal with the bracket. Bodmas says you must deal with the bracket, right? Make sure you remove the bracket. That is the first step that you need to do. Make sure in your expression you don't have a bracket. Then I'm going to say, oh, this is how I'm going to remove my bracket. I'm going to have 4 multiplied by this is going to be minus 8, I believe. Then root 5 multiplied by root 2, right? Plus 3 multiplied by this, it's going to be 12 root 5, right? And then I'm going to say this will just give me, negative 8 root 5 multiplied by 2 plus 12 root 5, right? Then this will just give me negative 8 root 10 plus 12 root 5. Then I'm done with this one. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next question. It says, wait. Okay, you're given this question. I took it from one of the question papers from 2020. It says that you have the root of 18 plus 2 root 2 plus 1 over root 2, right? They say you need to simplify it without the use of a calculator. If you punch the calculator, yes, you're going to get the answer, but your answer is going to be wrong, right? Because they specifically said do not use a calculator, right? Then you decide to break a law and use the calculator. Okay, we're not there. This one I can just take it and say, oh, but this one can be broken into 9 times 2. What is 9 times 2? 9 times 2 is 18 plus 2 root 2 plus 1 over root 2, right? I have that. Then this will just give me, when I split it, I'm going to have 9 multiplied by root 2 plus 2 root 2 plus half root 2, right? Then if you punch your calculator, okay, but not punching your calculator, you know the square root of this. What is the square root of 9? You know the square root of 9 is 3 root 2, which this does not have a square root, or it's not a perfect square, right? Plus 2 root 2 plus 1 over root 2, right? And then if you are here, you can use this LCM, the lowest common multiple. What is your lowest common multiple in this case? This is your lowest common multiple. Okay, something that I've realized that we have this thing is common here. This, see, so you might not need this. You might just use this one and say, okay, we have, okay, let me rewrite it. I think we have what do we have? Okay, we have 3 root 2 plus 2 root 2 plus half root 2, right? And then, okay, then this and this, it's 5 root 2 plus 1 over root 2. But we need, okay, before we continue, let me tell you something about these things. Make sure you remove, or make sure your denominator is not a SAT, is not a SAT when dealing with these things, right? It's not a SAT. It's not a SAT. What do I mean? It doesn't have something like this, for example. It's not that, for example, right? And then when dealing with exponents, make sure your denominator is not that. Let me just say 2 to the power x or something like that. It does not have that. Again, it does not have what you call an alphabet, right? So in this case, what we need to do, we have 5 root 2 plus 1 over root 2, right? We need to remove this SAT from the denominator, right? What am I going to do? I'm multiplying by the reciprocal of this. Okay, I'm multiplying by that and that, right? And then this is just 5 root 2 plus 1 over root 2 multiplied by root 2. This will just give me 2, right? And then multiplying root 2 at the top, right? And then this will just give me 5 root 2 plus root 2 over 2, right? And then you can just add them, and then if you add them, I believe you're gonna have something like okay, let me just use a calculator, because I'm just gonna say 5 root 2 plus 2 root 2 over 2. There's my final answer. 11 over what? Over 2. Then we have root 2 by that side. There's your final answer. This is your final answer. Follow all your steps and make sure you get your answers correct, right? If you use a calculator, you're gonna get this, but they won't mark this because you did not use your rules. You did not follow your rules, because they said without the use of a calculator. It's only on your final answer where you can use your calculator. Only on your final answer, that's when you can apply or use your calculator, right? And then we did those. Let me just move to what you call solving, right? Solving for the equation. What are we? Where are we? We are still here. Exponents and SATs, right? Now we will be starting with solving SATs, solving SATs before we come to exponents, because we were doing SATs, then we'll do exponents afterwards. You are given such a question, they say solve, right? In this type of questions, what you need to do, you need to remove the square root. And how can you remove the square root? You introduce the square. Like this, the square, right? Then this will be removed. You'll be having x minus 1 equals to 4. Let me show you how we remove this. Let me show you why am I saying this will be removed. We are having something like square root of x minus 1, right? Which is equals to 2, right? Remember, this square half represents that, and then I'm just gonna say, okay, I need to have x minus 1 to the power half, right? But to remove this half, I need to multiply by the opposite of half, which is 2, right? What I do on my left hand side, I need to do on my right hand side again. Multiply by to the power 2, right? Then I'm going to have x minus 1 to the power 2 over 2, which is equals to 2 to the power 2, which is, okay, 4. Then this one and this one cancels. I'm going to have x minus 1 equals to 4, right? And then x is equals to 4 plus 1, then x is equals to 5. I hope you understand. I hope you now see how to remove. Why do we say when we are introducing the squares, we will cancel this side? If this is 3, you introduce the cube. If it's 4, you introduce 1 to the power 4. If it's 4, you introduce, to the power 4, not 1 to the power 4. As we continue, if you have square root or cube root of maybe x, to remove this, you need to do that. If you have 4x, to remove this, you need that.